very humble, and quite frankly, so far it's been very lovely to be here. You know, everybody did a fantastic job. The girls, the ladies, nice dance. Miss Sandy, I love your speech. Portia, of course, yours was magnificent. Gloria,
Yes.
all fantastic job. Now I want to touch something. Okay, Miss Sandy spoke about building wealth through real estate. Portia spoke about your well-being in terms of dementia. I'll be here to talk about conflict resolution as well as some kind of financial stuff. But we're standing in church today, okay? And as they were talking, I was thinking, when a baby is born, a Muslim, in the Quran, we are told that the soul is injected into the womb after the first trimester. And guess what? That's your first house. So right there, you just went and inhabited your first house. She said, buy a house to build wealth? Yes, she's correct. But guess what? Take off your first house, which is your body. Portia said, make sure to eat properly to avoid dementia. There's no point to buy a house or to build wealth if you cannot remember that. So when she said, your first house, I was thinking, I told her, I said, yeah, she's right. Portia is correct. What am I supposed to do? Take off myself. Why? Because in 10, 20 years, I want to remember those things.
Yes.
I want to know exactly what I've been doing, what I was doing. And that's what I always tell people one thing. Once you go to God and God is going to ask you, what did you do? I gave you those skills. I gave you this and that. What are you going to tell you? I gave you this body. I made you beautiful. I made you handsome. What did you do to serve me, to worship me? Think about that. How do you want your house to look like? You focus about the exterior. You go buy a house, a car, put flowers, everything beautiful. But how do you want your natural house to be? How do you want to return that to the landlord with God?
Yes.
Is your landlord. You cannot buy this house. You rent this house. At the end of the day, this house is going to decompose it underground. So how do you want this house to look like? How do you want to bring this house to your creator who gave you this house? Now we can build wealth. We all can build wealth. Material wealth. But there are three major types of wealth. Material, emotional, and spiritual wealth.
Yes.
The material wealth is easy. Anybody can do it. Even a dog, some dogs are very wealthy. Their owners die and give their wealth to the dog. So that's very easy. Anybody can do that. So you can have material wealth, but you can lack emotional wealth. You can also lack spiritual wealth. Let's be honest. Okay? You can have emotional wealth, which is very important. Emotional wealth can help you build material wealth, but not necessarily spiritual wealth. Now, once you have spiritual wealth, you can not only build emotional wealth, but you can also now build material wealth. I'll tell you why. It provides stability, like an enhanced stability.
Yeah.
You know what? You no longer bewildered. You unshuffled and ruffled. You can take a ship into a storm. You're not panicking, you're not fretting. Come on. I'm strong spiritually. Therefore, I have no need to fret. Be emotionally stable.
Yes.
You can have $1 in your pocket today, but guess what? You're content. You're wealthy.
Really?
Yeah. As we're talking about spiritual wealth, all of the prophets of God had something very, very much in common. It's talking about Moses, Abraham, Adam, Noah, Jonas, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon all of them. They were very good at one thing, communicating. They could speak to somebody who was like 100-year-old easily. And at the next minute speak to somebody who's 5-year-old with ease and no difficulties whatsoever. Do you guys know why? Very simple. They were very intelligent when it comes to emotion. You must be able to read people's emotion.
Yes.
All right.
Now we're getting toward the holidays. And we're all going to have families. And let's be honest, we don't all love our family members. Some are very annoying. Let's be honest, you know. Some are annoying. You just like, yeah. Like, why are you my sibling? kind of different. But anyhow, but you still love them, but you
Yeah,
don't
you
like them.
love 'em.
You want them to stay away. But it's important to know how to navigate around such people.
Yes.
You know, when God gives you a talent, you have to be able to use it. So when someone comes to you, how do you interact with the person? Sitting with 20 people, how do you do that? And not creating issues. Nowadays, you go to a family reunion or family gathering, fights are here. People are gossiping. Oh, did you hear this person? Da, 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 da. No, this is wrong. But how do you do that? Okay. As I said earlier, your house. What is your first house? Your body.
Yes.
So how can you communicate with somebody else if you're unaware of your own emotion?
That's right.
Absolutely.
So therefore, you must be able at any given time to know, to be aware of your own emotion.
Yes.
And that's what made God prophet so magnificent.
All right.
They knew exactly where their emotions were, how they were feeling at any given time.
It's true.
See, when you take a baby or a child or even a pet, they're extremely intelligent when it comes to emotion. Why? Because they know how they feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't disguise it. You see a pet, a dog, right there you know how he feels.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, he shows it to you and he acts accordingly.
Yes.
You see a child, a baby, or whatever it is, I mean, I told them, they act according to their emotion.
Yeah.
For us, when we grow up, we feel a certain way, we disguise it.
Yes.
So there's a conflict. So now we're conflicted. We're in and out. So therefore, the behavior is erratic. We're no longer thinking properly, like, yes, I love you, but I want to show that I hate you. Or I hate you, but I want to show that I love you. So now how do you do that? So that's confusing now. Okay, it's as if I'm saying, you know, this is the right, and I'm saying, oh, turn right. But I'm pointing left. Like, what do you mean? Left or right? So it's confusing. It's beautiful. Be aware of your emotion first of all. How do you feel now? And as I'm talking to you right now, take a second as I'm talking and think, how do I feel currently? Do I feel happy? Do I feel sad? Do I feel hopeful? Do I feel depressed? And once you comprehend how you feel, then you start acting according to your own emotion.
Yes.
First of all, that's your first house.
It's your first.
Now, next time when you drive a car, what do? To avoid an accident, you have to be aware of the other people on the road, so don't go into a crash. So now you have to be able to assess other people's emotion as well.
Yes.
Like, how do I think that they feel?
Yes.
How they're behaving toward me. So once you grasp that, okay, now how can I behave or how can I speak to this person to minimize issues?
Yes.
As Portia said earlier, we're not born to hate, we love.
Right.
So how can I preserve this love? What can I do myself personally
Yes.
to preserve love
Yes.
and not bring war?
What I do to
So you
preserve.
think, okay, well, he or she's acting like that. Maybe, you know what, I shouldn't be too strong on him or on her. I should take a step back. Let's say Thanksgiving, there's like football on TV. You want to talk to somebody, and he or she's watching football, but you want to talk about something pressing that you think is important. Do you think he's going to listen to you? More than likely, no. So right there, you have to think emotionally. Okay, if I bring this topic here, two things are going to happen. I'm going to feel neglected, so therefore I'm going to react to the neglect I'm having.
Yes.
And guess what? Now, in return, he's going to feel annoyed because I'm harassing him.
Yes.
So the fact of delaying the conversation, if you don't delay it, you create much more havoc. Now, if you delay the conversation at a better time, guess what? Easier. Let's say, for instance, you go in a meeting, you're talking to somebody. I'm giving you this quick example. Talking to somebody, and then as you're talking, he or she take his or her key out. What does it show? He or she is willing to go.
It's ready to
But
go.
what most people don't understand that. They stand there and keep talking.
Yes.
And
Lord is so.
I'm not trying to say that they're stupid, but they're more or less they're unaware of the surroundings.
Yes.
They're not even aware of their own emotion first of all.
They're not.
They're not observing. Somebody's about to go, and you keep talking. Do you think he's listening? He or she's listening? No.
No.
He or she's thinking about what do I need to do next?
Yes.
Maybe what do I need to eat next? I need to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
You're annoying me right now. That's exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And you're talking, he or she's like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, you know what? No. It's a waste.
Yes.
One thing that we learn in religion, time is the most valuable currency.
It is.
We can have money. As you said, we can burn the cash. Money is not quite valuable. You have inflation, you have devaluation, those kind of things. So at the end of the day, the money that you have today might not be worth as much tomorrow. But time is important.
Time is it.
Yes.
Like the prophet of God, as well as the companion, did not care much about the wealth. They care about the time.
Yes.
They'll give you their money, but taking the time away, you have to justify in the head, why should I invest 5 minutes in you or with you?
Exactly.
What is the return on my investment? Because at the end of the day, I'm liable in front of God. I'm going to ask for every single second, every single minute that I was offered, up until my death.
Yes.
So therefore, if I talk to you, what do I get from that in front of God?
Yes.
Wealth is nothing.
Yes.
So as you're talking and you're wasting that person's time and your time, how are you going to justify this time in front of God?
Just
That's how you have to think.
Amen.
How do I justify this time in front of God? How do I go back to God and tell God, for instance, you know what, God? Yeah, this person was I saw that he or she was running away, but I held up his time. And then God asks you, okay, why? Wasn't that clear to you? Now, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? And I have something that I use for myself personally, because that's Portia was talking, and this Sunday was talking earlier. We're all motivated to do something. But you have to sit with yourself, alone. I sit with Kajolo, Miss Gloria, I sit with Miss Gloria, Portia with Portia, Miss Sandy with Sandy, I with Al. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know everybody's name.
That's
Of course,
all right.
Sit with yourself and say, okay, well, at this specific minute, if I depart, we can all go any given time.
yes.
And God asked me, well, you know what? I'll give you heaven. But tell me exactly this day, for those 30 minutes you are talking to this person, what did you do?
What did you do?
Like, did you assess your own emotion, first of all? Did you react according to your own emotion, first of all? Second of all. Now, when you did that, now were you able to comprehend his or her emotion as well? And did you act accordingly? We all want peace and love. No one wants war.
No.
So therefore, we need to be always thinking and being aware of how we feel
Yes.
at any given time. And have in mind that at some point, one day we're going to be accountable for how we feel and how we think. So take off your house. That's your first house. Once you take off this first house, the rest is easy.
Yes.
As we say in religion, well, first take off your prayers.
Yes.
Pray and rectify your character. So as I'm talking about emotional intelligence, I'm also talking about character. Patience, wisdom, everything. You cannot be wise unless you can comprehend other people.
Yes.
God said in the Quran quite clearly, I think I was speaking with Al today about it, he said, in order to better worship me, you have to know me.
That's right.
There's no blind following, there's no blind worshiping. I'm Muslim and Christian also. A lot of people follow blindly.
Yes.
You ask them how, where, how, I don't know, just come. So am I a sheep? Yeah, I know we talk about sheep and lamb, but am I a sheep to follow blindly? No. You have to have reason. God did not give a brain just to decorate the head. Let's be honest, you know. He gave a brain to think. So he's going to ask you, well, you follow this guy, did you think before following this person? Now God also said, ponder and meditate on the creation. So you can read the book all day long, the Bible or the Quran all day long. You can extract some wisdom, but you only get the wisdom from God. But once you sit and observe the creation, the way the wind blows, the leaf blowing, the dog
Yes.
moving, the baby growing from almost nothing to something like us. You put a dead body on the ground, like 10, 20 years later, there's nothing else. You eat something, comes out of your body. Just that. You have flesh, fat into your head, but you can see.
Yes.
Your tongue. We're talking, you can hear me, but how do you hear me? I'm vibrating the air. But how does that translate into your ears as well for you to be able to comprehend what I'm telling you? So once you start pondering onto the creation, you start opening up your brain. And then by pondering on the creation, guess what? Then you become in tune with your own emotion.
Yes.
So now you start comprehending how others operate and how others behave.
Yes.
Then guess what? Now your emotional intelligence IQ just went up. Just by observing.
Yeah.
I love to observe. I mean, they can probably tell you that exactly. I observe almost every single thing I observe.
Yes.
I probably observe all of you guys since you've been sitting here. And I can say something about almost everybody. You have to. And that's part of emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Be aware of your surrounding. I know this girl over there she took one of her shoes off, she's sitting there, she's talking, and then now she lifted her head up, she's like, is he talking about me? She's scratching her head. One of you guys have to fix her shoe, either the one in the back or whatever. So you have to be aware. You're talking to somebody, crossing your hand. You're writing, you like what I'm telling you, perhaps. I'm not sure. She's writing as well. No? So you have to be able to comprehend. You have to see, you have to engage with the people.
Yes.
So the way I might talk to you guys might be different if I have another audience.
That's right.
There's no such thing as a blanket. A blanket will goes on your bed.
Amen. That's right. That's it.
But there's no blanket for human.
That's
right.
There's no blanket behavior. You have to adjust, customize. And I was talking to Al today, I was like, well, God is magnificent. The reason why you have billions, trillions of people, I mean, from now to the end of the world. But guess what? We're all unique.
Everyone.
Even twins are unique.
Amen.
And you're talking about like, let's think about it for a second, okay? If you give a human being and say, you know what, create 1 billion people, the more than likely you're going to look alike. And you know what, yeah, I don't worry about it, but God made us unique. So why would you treat somebody else the same way you treat another person? Different emotion, different variable. Assess yours first,
Yes.
behave according to yours, so you can be true to yourself.
Yes.
And I tell people sometimes, when I had the seminar last time, if you're an asshole, be an asshole. Let people know that you're an asshole. At least they know what to expect from you. So they can behave accordingly.
Yes.
Now, if you're evil, be evil. And those are the worst case scenario. But at least they know, for instance, okay, yes, you know what, this guy is
Just
evil,
evil.
but I know what to expect.
I know.
So you don't have to get upset.
Yeah, but if you come, today you're evil, tomorrow you're nice, you're an
Yeah,
asshole,
I
today you're a
can deal
good guy,
with
just
it.
like, okay, we don't really know what's going on with this person, like, so many things. So if you're evil, be the best evil guy, and then deal with God after. That's your own business, I don't really care. You know, if you're an asshole, be the best asshole. I want to see that, okay, well, I know this guy's a jerk, but you know what, that's fine. I don't have to deal with this guy. If you're a lovely person, oh, I love this person, so lovely. But you're consistent in your behavior.
You're consistent.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, consistent.
Whatever.
And I tell folks, rich, poor, sad, happy, consistent.
Yes.
One thing I learned from my father when he was alive, and he said, anything happen in life, keep moving on. Be stable. That's all you have to do. Just be stable. Most people that I know never saw me very mad or even panicking. Only one person saw me panicking once. But that's about it. Because you learn to be stable,
Yes.
to be in tune with yourself. How do you want people to respect you,
That's right.
to love you,
Yes.
or even treat you the way you want to be treated?
Yes.
If in your own mind you're not there.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's the truth.
So you have to rectify your mind first of all, and once you rectify your mind, then your emotional intelligence increases.
Yes.
So fix your mind and rectify your mind first of all, and then the rest is a breeze. Of course, it might take some time, but observe nature, ponder on everything. When you go somewhere, don't just sit and do vain conversation.
Yeah.
Be in tune, be present. You talk to somebody, I will look at you into the eyes and talk to you.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing that, I'm looking at your hair, how you move your hair, your eyes, your mouth, how you breathe, how you move your hands, how you move your feet. It's important, therefore I can better communicate with you.
Yes.
But if I fail to do so, and I'm like, yeah, let's talk, I won't know exactly how you feel.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to adjust what you're saying to somebody according to how he or she feels at a
That's
specific
right.
moment. So you might talk to somebody for 30 minutes, but at the beginning he or she felt a certain way, and toward the end feel differently. So you cannot use the same blanket for 30 minutes. You might say, no, right, it's a red blanket. Okay, minute 5, blanket, a white blanket. Minute 10, let's get something purple. Minute 20, you know what? It's kind of getting crazy. Let's get something beautiful colors to put up there. Adjust, rectify, and be aware of yourself, be aware of others. So now I'm going to touch slightly the wealth. Now when you come to wealth, of course, assuming that you fix your first house,
Right.
The rest is easy.
Yes.
Now define your goals. And your goals do not have to be specifically big. Like some people want to buy a Lamborghini, Ferrari, a Mercedes Benz. Folks want to buy multi-million-dollar houses. That's good for them. Your goal might just be to just buy a small house that's worth 100,000. That's your goal. So don't take somebody else's goal as your goal. Most people do that. And I'm not a big fan, not a big believer of saying, look at this person and trying to do what he's doing. Because what you're doing is just becoming a copy.
Yes.
And once you take something and photocopy, what happened? The quality decreases.
Good God.
It's no longer the same.
You're right.
So why do you want to be a copy of something or someone when you know the quality no longer be the same?
Yes.
You know the Chinese, not this, the Chinese always copy everything. And they're excellent at copying everything. They even copy cars. But guess what? Nobody wants to buy Chinese once you have enough money. I don't have a Chinese stuff. You know what? It's a knockoff. It looks good.
Yes.
It's a copy. Not the same
Exactly.
thing. So define your own personal goal. Once you define your own personal goal, be true to your goal. And once you define them, someone who said, and that was a pretty good compliment, she said, well, the thing I like about you is like, you don't think, you just do. And I tell people all the time, think about Nike. What is the slogan? Just do it. Simple as that. You want to believe in God? You want to come to church? Don't think about it, just do it.
Just do.
You want to eat? Just do it.
That's it.
You want to make 100,000? Define your goal, just do it. Don't think about it. Get up in the morning, okay. First in the morning, okay, what do I have to do? Let's get up, do what I have to do. Don't think. Once you know what you want to do, don't think about it anymore. Somebody from the past who was a bit evil, but I like the quote from him because it was a very good quote. He said, before doing something, think about it 1,000 times. And once you do it, even if you have 1,000 difficulties, don't stop doing it.
Yes.
Because it's energy. You're telling God at the same time, you know what, God, I want to do this. And God said, okay, you know what, no big deal. Do whatever you want to do. I can help you out. Now, God said, okay, now you go and start doing it. You come and say, you know what, God, thought about doing this, but it's a bit challenging. Let's do something else, you know? Now God is telling you know what? Do you think creating Adam was much more difficult than what you're trying to do?
All right. All
And
right.
everything is easy for God. Do you think creating you was easier? Everything is easy. So why do you come and talk to me about doing something and midway changing your mind? It makes no sense.
Don't make no sense.
Yeah, if it was easy, we'd all be in heaven. We all start crying God and say, God, I want to die now, take me to heaven. Even death is difficult. Because the soul has to be extracted from the body. So dying is difficult. Like you go see some people dying, they're suffering. Living is difficult. So therefore, what do you expect your goal to be easy? Let's be frank. If it was so easy, we'd all be billionaires. We wouldn't be standing here. But you know what? Let's go fly and have a meeting someone playing somewhere. But living is difficult. Coming to this world is difficult. A lot of people die before coming to this world. Their mother die as well.
Yes.
So birth is difficult. Living is difficult. Dying is difficult. So do you expect the rest to be easy? Let's be honest and frank to each other. So be aware of yourself.
Yes.
Be aware of your emotions. Act accordingly. Be aware of others.
Yes.
Act accordingly. But more importantly, respect everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
Respect everybody. Be humble. You might be confident. You might be. I like to joke that I'm a God-given gift to humanity. I mean, in my joking, but I might be confident. I might be cocky. But at the end of the day, you must respect everyone.
You
Yes.
must.
Yes.
Because you don't know exactly who is who. And I've seen so many things with wealthy people after losing the wealth, and folks who are less fortunate being wealthy. And don't buy into the mindset of saying or cutting people off. As you never know. Never cut anybody off.
Exactly.
Don't do that. You might take a pause, perhaps to let things settle, but don't say that I don't want to talk to this person. Because the same person tomorrow, you might need that person, and guess what? He or she might say, you know what? I don't trust him, I don't trust her. Because that's how he or she behaves.
Yeah.
And it's your loss, not their loss. You don't know the future. Now if you know the future, please let me know so I can come and ask you about my future. Right. And if you do, more than likely I won't be listening to you. So respect everyone.
Everyone.
Don't belittle anybody. If you go somewhere with a homeless guy and he invites you to eat, go eat. Don't say I don't want to eat with you because it's disgusting. I mean, you might buy the food for him so at least you know it's good and safe. But then you go eat with the homeless guy. Because there's blessing in eating with other people. In Islam, he said that once you eat with other people, once you eat, God put blessing in the food. So therefore, it's important to clean up your plate. Why? Because toward the end, the blessing might be there. Instead of discarding the food, don't discard, eat it. I clean up my plate all the time. It's like yes, I always clean up my plate. For multiple reasons, also, think about it. I always ask, I don't kill any insects out of respect for the life as well. You have to respect every being. Because I tell myself, if I have to go to heaven, and God say, you know what, I forgive all of your sins. I know I have many, many sins. But why did you kill my ants walking down the ground? Why? Most people kill insects just to kill them, not because they're doing anything. What is the purpose of killing something? You're disrespecting your life that God gave to another being. Now, if God asks you, well, you want to go to heaven, fine. Now, if you can gather all of the food that you discarded before, I give it to heaven, can you do that? No. Think about it. So once you're aware of God in your life, at every single moment of your life, even if you do whatever you're doing, it's going to click and say, you know what? Let me act slightly differently. Because if you have to answer to Him, I don't really want to answer to God, I mean, I'd rather Him not ask me the question, but I want Him to be happy.
Yes.
And plus, when you're wasteful, other people might need what you're wasting. So respect and be aware of yourself at any given time. Thank you.
Yeah.